The cost of housing in my state has like doubled in the last 5 years. It's like fucking impossible to get a house. And I'm just expressing my thoughts and my opinions here. But what I'm looking at right now is like denial of justice to the poor in the United States. So, my own personal situation is that my life has been rudely interrupted by a gang of red hat wearing goons. And they're targeting the poor. And then I'm like running into all this fraud, and I'm wondering why. And I find out that businesses that are conducting fraud tend to do so in impoverished areas. They target the poor because the poor cannot afford to go to court. I'm trying to go to court. I literally have no money, and they're trying to charge me all this money for stuff. Like, I don't have money. I'm trying to deal with somebody that stole from me, and I'm trying to get my money back. It's a dangerous situation, okay? I wrote a whole book on it. It becomes a national security threat when people are denied justice. And keeping people in poverty is not good. Like, when nobody can afford to own a house, when nobody can afford to keep a roof over their head. Average rent out here is $1,200, okay? As you can see, I'm wearing a yellow shirt. I've been dealing with discrimination. I'm a landscaper. I'm a career landscaper. And the recent political dialogue is making it so I can't work. I live with a schizophrenic. It's very unsafe for me to be where I'm at right now. And I don't have any family. My parents were addicts. And that's just the way it is for me. But I work hard and I do everything I can for myself. And what I'm going to get to is people that are taking advantage of me every time I turn around in the past couple of years. And I think a lot of it is because of the political violence and the hateful rhetoric. And I've tried to defend myself. My credit has been destroyed. Okay? I literally have a RICO case against the federal government. And I can't get a lawyer. Nobody wants to represent me. They all just want money. So we just have this perpetuating cycle where the law is not enforced. So if you're within a certain income bracket, I mean, the way that it looks to me with how our judicial system is being handled is that anybody can do whatever they want to people within this income bracket. And that just doesn't seem right to me. Because it encourages crime. If the law is not enforced, then crime is being encouraged. So I just want to say that, you know, hypothetically speaking, that's what that means. From a logical standpoint, I'm going to express my thoughts and my opinions, and I'm going to do so freely. I would really like to know what it is like to have a safe place to live. It is not something I have ever had in my entire life, and I'm almost 40. I started improving my credit. Things were going good for me, and then Donald Trump comes out of nowhere with his goons, and they've been manipulated. It certainly appears to me that they've been money laundering through the Department of Labor. Nobody's doing anything about it. And then when you see middle class talking about these issues, they don't care. They're distracted. They don't understand what all is going on here. They're not going to talk about how these things actually affect people. I would like to know what it's like to have a safe roof over my head. I've been working very hard for an honest living. And I don't think it's right that people can just come around and say, oh, these people right here, we're just going to take whatever we can from them because there's nothing they can do about it. Is that justice? Is that fair? Do we have law when the laws are not enforced and there's nothing you can do when somebody's doing harm to you? I have a litany of cases. I have a whole slew of cases. And my opportunity at home ownership is zipped to nil because of what Donald Trump did. Because they defrauded the United States federal government. I have all this evidence. I have all this information right there, readily available. Years of research. So I'm going to say what I see. And I'm not going to suppress myself. I am an American and I am utilizing my First Amendment right to freedom of speech. And I will continue to do so. And I'm not okay with being silenced and suppressed when I'm trying to raise awareness or speak about important things that actually matter in concerns to the quality of life we're living. It doesn't make anything safe for anyone if crime is encouraged, period. And it becomes a national security issue, and it becomes a national security threat. And it certainly appears to me that it is becoming and has become a national security problem, because it's a worsening problem. So I just wanted to come on here and say that I would really love to see people talking about access to justice when we have this kind of crap going on. Because a lot of the lawyers that we have right now are cowards. I'm just saying. I'm not seeing people suing over for the right reasons. I'm not seeing any RICO case bill, but I'm not seeing the things that need to get done right now get done, period. I'm just not seeing that. You know, if we want things to improve in this country, people actually have to have an honest effort that they put forth to get those things done. And I just personally, I do not feel like I see the situation improving. I'm in Colorado. I feel like our governor is just fucking around. We have a housing crisis out here. The cost of housing has doubled in the last 5 years. So people are going to continue to get pushed out of everything. That includes the middle class. If people can't grow some cojones and fight back like they got a pair, but I'm disgusted. I'm like, looking at the cost of housing and what's been done to me, and it's like, Jesus Christ, dude, I gotta go to federal court. I have all these crimes that have been done against me. I have a whole lot of crimes that have been done against me. I got all this stuff. It's published. There is a book. Go read it. I ain't dealing with no trolls in my chat. You're gonna get deleted. You're gonna get blocked. I'm not paying attention to accounts that have no profile picture and less than 100 people following them and no videos. Shut the fuck up with your bullshit in my comments. But other than that, this is what I'm looking at right now. I'm very frustrated because I have every right, and I should have every right to have fair defense against crimes that are being done against me. And instead, I'm looking at a situation of like everything I've worked for my whole life is like being taken from me, and people could do whatever the hell they want to me, and I have no rights. That's what this feels like. That's what this looks like to me. So what am I supposed to do when the law is not enforced? I want to make sure that people are aware that this is a systemic issue. We need to be talking about it. It's not okay. It's not okay for people to just come and steal from whoever they want and there's no repercussions. Don't we have a system of law for a reason? Fraud is a crime. So why is it being encouraged? And what does that mean? What does that mean for the country? What does that mean for everybody? What does that mean for your safety and security? Other than that, if you're a low-income individual, pay attention because you are a target. That's how fraud works. And you're going to find it in the medical practice. You're going to find it in automotive. Any place where people are likely to experience crisis and be stressed out when they're making decisions, that's a place that they like to target people. So it looks like this is what I'm going to have to spend a lot of my time doing, is educating people on the purpose of the law and why and how we need to defend our right to justice and how fraud works. It's not that these people who have all this money earned it. It's that they most likely took it unfairly from other people, from what I'm seeing, since there's an entire segment of society being targeted and the law not being enforced. That's my observation. These are my thoughts and my opinions based on my observations. My name is Waffles. I'm a government whistleblower turned political commentator. I'm using my First Amendment right to freedom of speech and the freedom of the press to express my thoughts and my opinions. And I will continue to do so because I'm an American citizen. And I will be till the day I die. And I'm not willing to let my citizenship get stripped from me. You're going to have to fight me for that. That's my constitutional rights, and my constitutional rights are the laws of the nation. I ain't accepting the laws of any other nation. And if anybody tries to strip me of my citizenship as an American citizen who was born here, then you're violating the Constitution, so you must be a foreign adversary. I mean, from a rational standpoint, that's my opinion. This is fucked up, and what is going on needs to stop.